If there truly are gates in heaven, then Switzerland would be an absolute port of entry.
It has been beyond belief. I have seen sights I never thought I would be able to see. The mountains are spectacular.
It's been the best trip I've ever been on. Every day we did something different, something unique.
It's a combination of all of these cultures, the Italians, the French, the Germans, the Swiss. It really is magical.
This Gate1 Discovery Tour of Switzerland begins near Lake Geneva in the picturesque city of Lausanne. Next, we journey deep into the Swiss Alps to the resort town of Zermatt, where we board a scenic train toward the iconic Matterhorn. Our journey continues through the Italian Lakes District for a panoramic cruise and dinner on the gorgeous Lake Lugano. Next, we visit the elegant resort town of St. Moritz, before immersing ourselves in the breathtaking panoramas aboard the famous Glacier Express train. We then travel to the natural paradise of Lauterbrunnen Valley, and we stay in the charming mountain village of Wengen. Our tour concludes in the pristine lakeside city of Luzern, famous for its wood-covered bridges, charming historic center, and world-class shopping.
Lausanne was a great way to start our trip.
It was like a perfect first day in Switzerland. Chocolate, fondue, and then wine.
Welcome Discovery to Switzerland at the Maison Caillé in Broad.
We went to the chocolate factory, had all those wonderful samples, a fondue lunch. I loved the fondue. It was really good.
And we were at the family winery, and they talked about the history and the family.
At the end, we had the wine, and we had a lot of wine tasting and everything. So at the end of the day, we had a very, very happy crew.
Zermatt was my favorite place. I loved the train ride up to get an up-close and personal view of the Matterhorn.
The beauty of the scenery and once you arrive up there, it's just absolutely amazing.
I loved sitting out on that deck in the sunshine. It was marvelous.
The hotel we stayed in was something that I would have imagined you'd see in a Swiss mountain town.
We got to see the goats come through town. They drive the goats through to change the pastures every day, and it was funny.
Going up on the Glacier Express, it's so quiet and it's so peaceful, but you can see all down into the vistas, and you can see the chalets, you can see the churches, and even just being inches away from the rock face, it's an incredible feeling of just smoothness and gliding.
Wengen, what a place. High above the Lauterbrunnen Valley with waterfalls, 72 waterfalls, 10 of which are located inside the mountains.
Lucerne is absolutely wonderful, the medieval part of the city that we're staying in, and you just can't stop looking at buildings and the way they were constructed.
And just seeing the paintings on the side of the buildings, even in the hotel that we stayed in, to think that it's a 500-year-old building, but it has modern amenities, it's comfortable.
Welcome Gate1 Discovery.
The folk dinner that we went to was so much fun and so enjoyable, and to see so many people interacting, it was such a pleasant evening, and the food was delicious.
The shopping's great. No worries. You can always get your retail therapy in Switzerland. There's so many wonderful places to visit and buy things. So it was great.
We've been on many Gate1 tours, and this was our first Discovery tour, and it will be the only way that we choose to travel in the future.
I like smaller groups. It's more intimate. It's worry-free, stress-free.
And Gate1 did a wonderful job of mapping out this trip, but also stayed in very charming hotels, each with their own very different alpine character.
The food has been spectacular. We've had a varied array. Everything has been delicious.
Dennis has been phenomenal.
He needs to be cloned and put on every single group there is. He is so friendly, he is so knowledgeable.
He's very conscientious, he's very attentive to detail, and always seems to bring the day to a great fruition.
I would highly recommend visiting Switzerland. As a matter of fact, I would come back and do the same tour again.
Of all the places we've been and all of the tours that we've been on, we think this is our very favorite.
It's been an outstanding trip. I hope my photos that I've got will do it a little bit of justice when I get home.
I can't wait to get back to the States and tell some of my friends of what a fantastic tour that Discovery does, and can't wait to go on more of them.
So I invite you to join us on Gate 1's Discovery Tour of Switzerland. We'll send you home full of memories that you'll cherish forever.